Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Sussy Gacha Sunday, where we're going to be playing 3 new gacha games and reviewing them. So guys, the 3 gacha games we're playing today is going to be first a chat recommendation, Valiant Forces 2. Second is going to be Tower of God Great Journey, which is an idle type gacha game. And the third and final gacha game we're going to be playing is the one I'm most excited for, is an open world Hunter x Hunter gacha game. So guys, first we're going to be talking about Valiant Forces 2, which is a tactical SRPG. Now guys, I didn't expect much going into this game, but I was actually pretty surprised about the actual gameplay and mechanics of the game itself. It was not as bad as an experience as I expected it to be, but of course there were some cons with the game. But let's go ahead and talk about the pros and cons of this game. So pro number 1 is going to be the combat. So as far as combat goes in this game, guys, like I said before, this is a tactical SRPG. So basically you have a map, you can choose each character, you choose where they move to, certain squares on the map, whether that be in the range of an enemy, whether that be going to get chest, or whether that be trying to combo attack a certain enemy by using link effects and stuff like that. It does require some tactics to actually win, and the part I was most shook by is this game is actually not too easy in the first stage of the game. Like if you make a misplay, even in the first world of the game, you will be punished pretty severely for it, whether that be losing a character or just losing the mission in general. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with the difficulty level in this, because normally with gacha games, you see a pretty low difficulty going into them, and with this, I definitely saw a higher level of difficulty actually doing the stages in the game. Pro number 2 of this game, they actually do give you a lot of summons for this game to go in and like do multi-summons and stuff like that, whether that be on the rate up banner, whether that be on the standard banner. They do give you a nice amount of gems whenever you're going through the story and stuff like that, and I think all around the game is pretty generous with giving out free gems and free summons and stuff like that. Now that does come with a caveat, which we'll talk about in the con section a little bit later, but as far as like how much summons they give, I do enjoy how much summons they give. So if you like Gamba like I do, then I think you'll also enjoy this game as well with that. And pro number 3, guys, is the character depth, and as far as building characters and stuff like that goes, you can actually get pretty deep with building the characters in this game, because in this game you have skills, which are your basic skills which you use, you have your armory, which is your equipment you equipped on the characters, and you have your jobs, which are basically like different subclasses you can put these characters into, which give them extra passives or extra abilities depending on what job you have them in. So say you needed a character to be more defensive, you could put them in the role of a crusader or a paladin. Say you wanted that character to do more damage, then you could put them in like a zealot or like a chaos knight role. Or if you wanted that character to be more healing and support centric, you could put them in the priest and archbishop role to help support with that. There's also a lot of skins and stuff for these characters too, and you can go pretty deep with the customization. If you played 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross before, it's kind of like that skin system in there, where you can equip a different weapon, you can equip a different headpiece, you can equip a different cloak, shield, and so on and so forth. And the final pro for this game, guys, is actually the squad building. I found the squad building to be really nice. Not talking about the UI for it or anything like that, but just like squad building in general is really nice. I like that you can link certain characters together, and by linking those certain characters together, it gives you certain links that you can use with these characters. For my example, we're going to take a look at the current team I'm using right now. As you can see, these lines going to each of the characters here, this shows a link between these characters, and if these characters are in close vicinity during battle, this means that they're going to be using certain sub effects that would only apply to these characters when they're linked. But now, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the cons for this game. Con number 1 for me is actually the graphics during battle. I don't think the graphics during the battle look very good. There's also some visual bugs that go on, which can be fixed, of course, with software updates, but just as far as like how the game looks in general during battle, it looks kind of sloppy, and I think they could have done a better job during the battle. I don't like how the landscapes look. They look really, really low res, and they just don't look that good, honestly. So as far as that goes, I don't like the graphics for this game that much. The skills are kind of lackluster as well. Especially like ultimates and stuff like that. They use like an animated portion, which is decently animated. I couldn't even say it's good animation, but yeah, just overall the animations and graphics for this game during battle is not that good. And that kind of leads us into con number 2 now, which is the UI. The UI for me, I don't like it. It is way too jumbled up together, and it's hard to navigate. If I were to be playing this game like for the first time in like Korean or JP when it came out there, I think I'd have a really hard time actually navigating through this game, because some of the stuff in the navigation and stuff that doesn't work sometimes, and my brain kind of smooth and not very big, so it's kind of hard for me to navigate through this UI, and I wish the UI would be a bit different because I just don't think it's hitting those nodes for me. Con number 3, guys, is going to be the AI. The AI in this game is just kind of atrocious. Sometimes when you run AI, they won't go collect all the chests, and sometimes they'll just send the worst unit possible to go battle against another character where they have a big type disadvantage and they get absolutely one shot and lose you the whole mission. I've had that happen to me a couple times. But yeah, the AI in general is just not very smart. I wouldn't recommend using it. I put it as a con because I know people like to do auto runs and like auto run missions and stuff like that to get quickly through things. But the AI in this game is not very smart, and it can cost you some gems. It can also cost you some time as well. And finally, guys, one of my biggest points on this, which I said we'd roll it back around to in the pros section, is this game is not very free-to-play friendly. If you're free-to-play coming into this game, even though they give you a lot of summons, if you roll dupes are not good in this game unless you plan on spending or playing this game for an extremely long time, because the amount of duplicates you need to actually ascend a character is absolutely atrocious and insane. For a dupe to make any sense as far as upgrading a character in this game, you need 4 of them. Yeah, you heard me, 4 dupes to take a 3-star to a 4-star SSR. So you have to pull that same SSR 4 times. And I have had the luck of pulling the same SSR twice, and I still can't use any of the dupes. And so yeah, as far as that goes, the dupe system in this game absolutely sucks, and I hate it. But yeah, guys, overall for me, Valiant Force 2, I would say I would give this game around a 7 out of 10. While there are definitely negatives to this game, I think the pros outweigh those. Like I said, the combat and gameplay is the main thing for me. If you can get the combat and gameplay down, then I will be down to play the game for a while. But one downside for me, which will not make me play this game, is the gacha system in this game. I do not like the gacha system that much, as you heard in my con section. But guys, I think we spent too much time talking about Valiant Force 2, so let's go ahead and hop into our second game now, which is the Tower of God gacha game. But guys, before we talk about the Tower of God gacha game, make sure you guys slap that subscribe button. It would help out a lot. I know this is a new video series, and I really want this series to do well because I really enjoy making these videos. I enjoy just playing new gacha games and trying out new things every week, so if you guys do too, please hit that subscribe button for me. It would mean the world to me, and I do really appreciate it. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the Tower of God gacha game now. So Tower of God is an idler. Basically, if you played like AFK Arena or Eversouls or stuff like that, basically you collect like AFK rewards and stuff like that, and then that's how you progress through the game, and that's how you get most of your rewards to level up characters. But this game has a different spin. You don't level up your characters using XP. Your characters are leveled up based on your account level, so you're not farming for XP per se. Basically, what you're doing is you're farming to level up skills and certain things for your characters. But let's go ahead and hop into the pros and cons of this game. Starting off with the pros, I think the visuals for this game are really strong, and I think they actually carry most of this game here. The visuals for this game don't look bad at all, and I feel like they kind of carry the game in most aspects. Hopping into pro number 2 now, the character building in this game. There is a lot you can do as far as building characters in this game, whether that be skills, passives, gear, or ignition weapons. And what these ignition weapons are basically just like an extra stat for your character, but if you get a legendary one of these, you can equip them to certain characters to activate certain skills with these characters. And also the skill system for this game goes pretty deep too. You can like level up their normal attack, you can level up their special ability, their passives, their ultimate skill, and their transcendent skill if you have their special thing. Also, how the game works too is it's based off of a main character, so you'll always be playing with a main character in this game, whether that be Bomb or the other character, which I can't think of the name of right now. You have to play with them, and you always have to use them on your teams as a main character, because with those you'll be getting special support skills, which you can get by raising the friendship of the other characters that you have pulled through gacha. Now, all characters in this game do have skills, but Bomb will have the most skills, and you have to use them on your team. And for the final pro, guys, it's just kind of a chill game. You can just leave this game on in the background. It's nice to look at, nice to just see like all the colors flashing on the screen and stuff like that. I feel like this could be a pretty good wallpaper, honestly. And on top of that, if you're just playing it casually, it has a lot of content, so I don't think you'll get bored that easily. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the cons now of this game. Con number 1 for me is the UI, bro. I don't like the UI of this game. There's just too much stuff on the screen. Like, there's just stuff everywhere on the screen here, and it's just kind of hard to navigate. They have like a whole menu system up top, then you have a sub menu you can go into, and then you have extra missions and events down at the bottom here, then you have the edit team, and then you just have your team for some reason popping off their skills here while it's doing AFK, which I don't feel like you need. And then there's a chat, and then there's your little level bar right here. I feel like the top menu and a lot of this could have been condensed down. I don't feel like you need to see like your skills going off like your character's health and stuff like that in the bottom right hand corner. I feel like that could have been left out. I feel like everything in the top right here maybe could have been condensed down in that menu section. Hopping into our second con now is actually the gacha itself. I still don't understand what it means when you get a good gacha pull in this game. I've done a couple gacha pulls and I still don't know what the animations mean. On top of that, the gachas just seem kind of lackluster to me, just like summoning in the game in general and getting dupes. It doesn't seem like it does that much. But yeah, that might just be me. I don't like the gacha system in this game that much. Also, the pity for gacha is super high. Hey, yo. And finally, the combat is just kind of shallow, honestly. So that's why I said this game is more of an AFK and chill game. I don't think you need to put really much effort into it because as far as combat goes, it's mostly just auto all the way through. And yeah, you just go from there. So yeah, it's a really simple, easy game to play. That can be either taken as a pro or a con, depending on you. The combat's just not that deep, so you just kind of leave it there and let it go do its thing. And yeah, so that's gonna really about do it for Tower of God's review for me. So as far as giving this game a rating, I would probably give this game a 7 out of 10 as well, because this game doesn't have as strong gameplay mechanics as Valiant Force did. But I think the casual nature of this game and how much content they have in the game right now really kind of carries this game. So that's gonna do it for Tower of God. But guys, let's hop into my most anticipated gacha game so far. Hunter gacha game. Let's go! So the Hunter gacha game is like an open world MMO type gacha game, and I don't think they did it that well. Now, I guess updates could fix this in the future, but I have quite a bit of gripes with this game. There are some pros. There are definitely some pros to this game, but there are a lot of cons as well. So guys, let's talk about pro number 1. It is Hunter. Guys, I absolutely love and adore Hunter x Hunter, and I like being able to actually play in an open world of the Hunter x Hunter universe. I do feel like it could have been better executed as far as the world you can explore in, but that's besides me. But you get what you get and you don't put your fit. And that kind of leads us into pro number 2 now. It is an open world and multiplayer-esque game. So, like, you can kind of go just wherever you want, and you can see other people playing the game as well. And pro number 3, the combat actually is not that bad, actually. I do like this beat-em-up style combat, though it does come with a caveat of a bunch of lag. My game maybe reaches a max of 10 FPS when I'm in combat, so that kind of sucks. And also the animations for the combat don't look that good either, but overall the combat is not that bad. I kind of enjoy playing the combat here, especially swapping in and out the characters and using their ultimate abilities and stuff like that, and trying to find new and unique ways to defeat opponents. And as a final pro for this game, guys, there's actually quite a bit of content. There's a lot of like sub events to do and like sub things to do rather than just do like the main story. There's actually a good amount of content, so that's always good to see when there's a lot of content when a game just releases. But guys, let's go ahead and talk about the cons now. My first con for this game started when I was trying to actually play the game itself. This game is only released in China and Taiwan right now, so it's kind of hard to actually get in because it requires a special update you can only get from the App Store. So you have to use a VPN to actually do that, and after you log into the game, you have to turn that VPN off so you can download the files fast. I waited here for about 30-40 minutes on stream the other day trying to get this game to download it. It went from 0% to 0.3% in about 30 to 40 minutes. So that wasn't very fun. So that's my first con. It's actually pretty hard to actually get in and play this game if you're not in those countries. Con number 2, the performance is not there. So as far as performance goes, I'm not talking about lag because I'm halfway across the world and I know my lag is going to be bad. I'm talking about the in-game performance as far as just combat goes and stuff like that. This has nothing to do with ping. It's just really bad. You have like 30 FPS maybe during when you're running around. You sometimes get a 60 FPS during a cutscene. Sometimes you get 10 FPS during a cutscene. And also, it's kind of weird. Like all the subtitles are in like Taiwanese and stuff like that. They speak in Japanese, and sometimes the subtitles are in Chinese. Kind of weird. I don't know. They can fix it maybe with a patch. It's kind of weird to me. Also, their lip flaps just move the whole time like when you're in a cutscene, and it's just kind of unsettling to look at. Right, number 2, the UI. The UI is just jumbled. There is just shit all over the screen. You have all this stuff on the screen when you're in battle as well. So you basically have maybe like 2/4 of the screen available for actual like looking at the screen when you're in combat and stuff like that. And finally, dude, the amount of microtransactions in this game is actually unreal. You'll walk maybe 100-200 steps and get another notification for a new microtransaction that you can get. It's also like very scam lord as far as like the actual like gifts and like packages you can buy from this game. They're not very good. It's like $60 for a multi, marked down to $6 for your pleasure and enjoyment. But yeah, that's not very cool. Also, the summoning in this game. Oh, Oh my god, the summoning in this game is something else. This is some of the stupidest summon animations I've seen in my life. Look how good this summon animation is right here. Oh, we got an SR card. We got another SR card. Yaga. Whoa, a new character. And we're done. So yeah, the summoning itself is really lackluster and doesn't even make me want to like summon on this game at all. So yeah, not very cool there. Also, character building in this game is kind of standard. I mean, you need a lot of dupes, of course, to like level up the characters and ascend them and stuff like that. You also have these special skills that you can unlock throughout the game, which give you extra passive buffs and stuff like that too. It's kind of like equipment, if you ask me. Guys, overall, I think this Hunter x Hunter Gacha game could be good if they could just make some slight improvements to the UI. They fixed the performance issues and they fixed some of the language issues in this game. Yeah, I can't wait to see if this game gets ported as like a global release. But as a score, as of right now, I would probably give this game probably like a 5 out of 10. It just doesn't hit all the marks for me right now. I do believe it can improve, like I said. But yeah, 5 out of 10 for this game right now for me. But guys, if you liked any of these gacha games and have played any of these gacha games, leave your impressions of them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your guys' opinions are on these games. If you think they're good, you think they're bad, if you think they're mid. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one later. Bye-bye!